What's one of the biggest security devices in everybody's home today? It's going to be one of these right here. It's going to be a camera. Everybody wants a camera. It's pretty sad that we have to have cameras in our homes and around our houses all day long to make sure that we have no thieves and predators coming around our homes. This is one of the most sought after devices for home security right here. And some have more features than other ones, but they're all, pretty much all have a single flaw. Not all of them are created equal, just like this one right here. This one right here is a rechargeable one, and then I can put it anywhere I want in a room or outside or wherever I want to put it. And then of course you got some that plug in and they stay plugged in all the time. But that still isn't the biggest flaw that these all have. So some of the biggest flaws that these have is one, even like this one right here, it is a battery powered one, but that battery is going to die. The ones that plug into the wall, if you lose power, guess what? You lose all access to that camera. But either one, this rechargeable one or one that plugs into the wall, you still need internet access in order to access all the footages on there. So then what will happen if your internet went out? Well, if your internet goes out, guess what? You lose all footages to your cameras around your house. But HUEVUE has changed that all for us. This right here is solar power, plus it is 4G LTE. So that's what I'm going to do in this video here is I'm going to unbox and I'm going to test out the HUEVUE 2K solar charging battery powered 4G LTE, AI recognition, PIR motion detection, infrared night vision, easy setup, instant alerts, monitor remotely, water resistant. So let's go ahead and let's get it opened up. So for full disclosure, HUEVUE did send this out to me to do a review, but it's my thoughts and my thoughts alone. They like my smart home segue that I do on my channel. I enjoy smart home devices. And of course, with all the smart home devices that are out there, security smart home to me is one of the must-haves, not a want-have. It is a must-have in today's day and age. So the first thing we're greeted to is warning, no physical SIM slot. Personal SIM card are not supported. So this is only eSIM only. A data plan must be activated before the device can be used. You get a little quick start user manual. You get the solar panel right here. Nice solar panel, and it is USB-C powered right here on the solar panel. You get some installation hardware, quite a bit of installation hardware, and then there is the camera itself. It is a chunk. So this is a Wyze camera, so if you have anything to compare it to, that is what I have to compare it to. So here's your antennas, that way you get your signal from your LTE. Remember, 4G LTE is what this camera is capable of doing. Right here, you got a little bitty spot. This is where your solar power is going to connect, and your on and off button is right here. Right here is another rubber grommet on the camera base right here. And this is where your micro SD card goes right here, and your reset switch. This one here does come with a card. Let's see what size it is. It came with a 32 gig memory card or SD card, and that is it in the box itself. So this is how it actually goes on to your wall or wherever you're going to mount it to right here. This right here is going to go down on it, and then of course this snaps right down onto it and it will stay put. This all should motorize every different direction and up and down for the camera. But again, side by side to a little bit, and this is a bigger of the Wyze cameras right here. It has some chunk to it, I will say that, but at the same time, what it does and what it's capable of doing, I didn't expect it to be a small device whatsoever. Okay, so like me, I'm down here in the Gulf Coast area, and we do get periodic hurricanes. So when we get hurricanes, we do lose power a little bit. Well, now when that power's out, you know, you have them people that want to come by and they want to steal and they want to break into homes, stuff like that. Well, this right here, we won't have to worry about that whatsoever when something like this is installed. Or if we have a hard freeze and we wind up losing power, that's happened a couple of times over the last couple of years. Well, guess what? Even though no power is there, this right here is going to be powered on by the solar, and then I'm still going to be able to get my reception from the 4G LTE. We're going to get this thing installed and all hooked up. All right, bear with me. I'm going to do my best with the wind right now. It's really, really windy out here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it on this right here. This is just my little test dummy right now to set it up, see how good the quality is before I find me a permanent spot for this thing. I believe it's going to have a really good image on it. But go ahead and we're going to install it here. That way my solar power can go right here for the sun right up here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the back plate, and I'm going to get that back plate installed right here. Okay, so now that I have the bracket on, we're gonna go ahead and put the camera on. And what it does, it just slides down. And now the camera's on, we can move our antennas up. Once again, right here on the bottom, this is where your USB-C for your solar power is actually gonna go, is right here on the bottom. All right, so again, I just made me a little testing platform, just to test this out to make sure the camera does good before I commit to finally making a final point for this. I do know sun comes on this side because right here on the side of the house, I have a solar power light right there. So I do know I get sun on this side of the house toward the back, but in the evening, it comes more over here. So I want it where it's facing upward because east to west goes this way behind my house. You want to make sure that this thing has as much sun as possible so it stays charged as much as it can. Man, it is cold out here. So now that I know where it's roughly gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and mount it to here. Because when it's up there, I wanna be able to maneuver the solar panel wherever I wanna put it at. If y'all aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I mean, I'm out here shivering my buns off for this. Just so we know if this thing's any good for your hard-earned money. So just like that, I have my makeshift platform. I'm gonna go ahead and put it up there. Okay, it's not the prettiest, but I got my makeshift up there. So now let's go ahead and connect it. So like I said, you take the USB-C and you just plug it into here. And now that's gonna be able to give it charge at all times. That way you're not worried about power like what my old one was right here. So I had the camera right here. I went ahead and took it out because I want the solar to be here. And I just have something that's makeshift right now. That way we can see how good this camera is. So that's what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take a couple of days and I'm gonna play around with the footage and we're gonna see what the footage looks like. We're gonna go to the app and see how intuitive the app is or how easy the app is. And we're gonna go from there. Okay, you can also adjust the camera manually. It does have a rotating swivel head where you can go up and down, left and right, as you see right here. So it's really nice. That way you can position it where you want, or maybe you have it directly in the center and you need to see something to the side. Okay, so here's the app right here. This is the HUEVUE. So you can sit here, you can click on night vision, you can take a picture, you can record. So if I tap this right here in the middle, if you see the recording started, stop, take the picture, it took a picture, it's gonna save it. You got your volume, so you can turn volume on or off. You can hit the phone icon, that way you can talk backwards. So it's two-way, so if someone's outside. If you notice, it is dark outside right now. I do have 72% that was charging. During the day, I should have got it earlier, but during the day you do have a little icon on there, a little lightning bolt, simulating that it is charging or letting you know that it is charging. Again, it is 4G. That's the only way this thing can connect. It doesn't connect wirelessly, it only connects through the 4G. So right here on the main page, you also have the night vision, alarm notification, lamp. So if you tap on the lamp, what it does, it's going to turn the light on. And it asks you what you want your lamp to be at, or you can turn it on and off. Look on top of the car at the bottom right, just above where it says HUEVUE, or I don't know if it's coming across the screen, but it says full HD right there. So if you look right there on top of the car, and I go ahead and I turn that lamp off, you see now it just got dark again. So what it does, it puts like a little spotlight out there. I have enough light that I don't need mine. You can turn them on if you want, that way when something pops up it comes on. You got your cloud platform, you got your night vision. I don't need night vision. I have plenty of outdoor light where I can see everything that I need to see. Photo album, and of course your alarm. I think I just said that. If you tap on the screen itself, say I want to move this, run my finger across to the left. So I'm just gonna move my finger a little bit. Look at that. I get to move the camera where I want it. So if I go back to the right, I'm actually moving this with my finger on my phone. So if I think something's on the side of the house, I can actually move over here and move the camera. So let's go ahead and go back. So far, this thing stood charged for For me, unboxing it, it took probably about 3 days for me to actually get to this video right here, and it literally sat at 45% for them 3 days, and just sitting in my office right here. So that was really, really cool. So the battery life seems to really hold strong on there. On the bottom, you got live, you got playback, and of course services. The top right hand corner, you do have a little gear icon. So if you click on it, we have 72% battery. We're online, we're strong. Emergency management, TF card, so that is your card itself. Device update, alarm notification, motion detect, so you can detect what type of motion you want. So if I click on here, go ahead and detect it. I'm gonna let you know now, it's very sensitive depending on where you have it. So I actually have mine right now. It was just turned off whenever I was in a meeting earlier because my phone kept on going off on me. But you can set the detection, low, moderate, or high right here. Detection period. So you can do it all day long, or if you want to do it just at nighttime, which that's going to be mine. I'm going to actually set mine just during the nighttime. That way I know somebody's walking up next to my cars. You got alarm sound, alarm duration, the alarm flashlight. Again, you can come in here, you can look at your photo album right here. Let me go ahead and hit this one up here at the top right. I'm going to go ahead and hit play. Then of course you got your favorites right here. Let's go back. We got the device volume, how loud we want the volume. You got your work indicator light. So when this is on, you do see the light outside. You can turn that off as well. Then you got your time settings. So here's your time settings. Let you know what type of clock, where you want to be at for your time zone. Then you got your packages. So I'm going to go over this in my final here in just a little bit. But here it is. I'm activated all the way until July. And then cloud storage if I want. Cloud storage, reboot. And of course, last but not least in here is up at the top right here, the device update. You can always click on this and go ahead and check for firmware updates. This thing does get updates. So really nice for companies to actually add that in. So what did y'all think of the footage? Go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of the footage. Again, I had the night view, I had the infrared, I had night view with no night vision just because I have a lot of light, and then I had my daytime view. Go ahead and leave me the comments. Let me know what you think the picture quality looked like. So I'm going to start off with my positives. First positive, that image quality. Image quality was really good for the price and performance of what this camera does compared to, say, a camera like, that one up there. So it's on par with about 90% of all cameras that are out today. Solar power, having that solar power ability where you don't have to keep it plugged in. That's probably the number one positive that I have with this. Number one, off the bat, don't have to worry about it being charged up. That way, if you have power outages, no matter what happens, you always have that signal. So I did go to the store a couple of times and I had no problem connecting to the network. It always said 4G. I always had 4 bars. Remember, wherever the camera's at is where you're getting your signal. So the camera was here, so no matter where I'm at, I could be in a area that doesn't have good cellular on my cell phone, but that doesn't mean the camera's not getting the data there. It's not connected from my phone to there. So the data is here at my home, that's where the camera's at, and then wherever my cell phone gets data connection, I'm able to view it anywhere, even if the power went off here. So I have family members that live in the same neighborhood. If they said, hey, look, we have a power outage. Oh, I'm not home. Okay, well, we just want to make sure that you knew. I can be checking on my camera, or if the motion sense goes off, no matter what happens, it's there. So again, I'm down here in the Gulf Coast, got hurricanes, something like that comes around, boom, I'm covered 100%. Being on the 4G, that's gonna be a hit and a miss here in a little bit. I have some of my own opinions about that. Mounting was super easy. The cable for the solar panel, that was long enough. I had plenty of room. As far as the battery is, to me, so far really good. It sat right here in my office because it rained for 3 or 4 days. So, and then we had a cold front come in. It was like really windy, really cold. So again, it was still at the end of the wind and stuff as I was installing it, but it wasn't as bad as the couple of days in the rain before. But it sat right here for 3-4 days, and I literally started at 45% and it still had 42% whenever I was installing it. So battery so far is really good on it. Okay, so what are some drawbacks that I think that might be a drawback for you? It's not really a drawback for me, but it can be possibility a drawback for you. One is going to be the size. Remember in the beginning of the video, the size difference between the bigger of the Wyze cameras up here compared to that. But remember, this one here motorizes. So again, I have family that has the motorized Wyze camera, and they're pretty big themselves. So this thing motorizes, okay? Now that's gonna be my first negative. Unless there's something that I'm doing wrong or I'm not seeing in the settings, and I went through all those settings with y'all, right? I went through the app, is I wish that whenever you hit that motion, that it would follow people. You have to physically move it with your finger. It doesn't auto follow. You have to actually physically move it with your finger. I kind of wish that it would, possibly in a firmware update. Maybe, maybe not. All right, so as you notice, I've had that question mark with the 4G LTE up on the screen. So this can be a possible negative for some people. They say it's compatible with Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T. But here's the thing, you have to buy the service plan through them. So like me with my watch, I have a service plan on my watch. So it's included in a bundle and I get a discount on it. Well, doing something like this, you have to go by their pricing on their website. So you can't just take the IME number and take it over to Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T and have it activated. So that can be a drawback. So me personally, I would love, and hopefully they change this. I don't know. Maybe they'll even leave comments down below in the comment section as well. Maybe they can do something where the IME number can be brought over, because it's an eSIM. There's no SIMs card, it's an eSIM, and all you gotta do is take that number and take it over to Verizon or T-Mobile and have it activated. So like if I sold this watch, I'd have to go to T-Mobile and I'd have to get my IEM number, I'd have to get it removed off my account in order for somebody else to use this watch and put that data plan onto theirs. So that's the only drawbacks that I do see for this camera, and that's gonna probably be my biggest drawback that I actually see is the service plan. But that's what you're buying. You're buying the camera that is 4G and it all goes through that. And you have peace of mind though. So I'm not knocking the camera whatsoever. It's a really nice camera and I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna continue to keep my service plan on it because I like that feature. Me personally, I do like that feature. I just hope, you know, we gotta hope that they'll allow us to use, you know, take that IEM number off of the camera and bring it to our own provider and get a service plan put on it. Again, there might be some legality. I do not know. So again, maybe they can leave a comment down below in the comment section. Go ahead and leave a comment down below and let us know. So this is going to give you big peace of mind, especially if there's ever a power outage or anything. You don't have to worry about it. If the internet lines go down, you don't have to worry about it. They were doing some work outside, some construction, and cut those internet lines. You don't have to worry about it. It's not land tied at all. It's all through the satellite. So I really do like that. I love the solar power 100%. But yeah, this is 100%, I believe, here in 2026. It's 100% worth it. Go ahead and check out right here. See if this one's worth it here in 2026. I'm Thomas with Tomology. I'll catch you in the next one.